What became of Kupka?
How are you doing? Quick look. Always something in there.
Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you. Very good.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Here for another of my lectures? Hippocrates, Kupka took...
Well, someone looks pleased with himself.
Nothing escaped, it's true.
Good. Is it business or pleasure? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. Is that all?
Blackthorn,
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that...
I can't tell you. Drink.
I'll try to live up to...
Back, are you? What's that for you, dear? Not bad, if I do say so myself. You can thank me later. Anything else?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You got out else?
Ah, Clive.
No.
And with good reason, children. There shall be no lessons today.
All right, really.
Finally.
It does.
Thank you, Clive.
Hippocrates, I need to know.
Alas,
Not even
But I saw
Alas,
a bringer.
whether the ultimate until I do.
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
You barely sat down since you cut.
Just spreading.
So, the Professor's got us.
No.
But I can think of plenty of friends back at the old, not least of all Sit. Well, she's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers. Trying to do her
Very well.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Mid hasn't been
Come up with something soon.
All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit
Sorry, I've got to get this
thermal.
displacement stack. Here.
And this is for.
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through. And those things have got more push than a which I may have already talked some tight-lipped shit, but the stack's a bit more involved. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up. I'll come and see my dad, though. Good old Clive. First things first, the stack will be made up of 3 major... There's the plating, here, the helm over the top, and the shielding around the side.
Full. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. I've got the designs. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm other. Go on then.
She said...
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you... And I'll need help. Get Gabinotto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again. Still, if that's...
And,
Take a look at it. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at a temp, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out right now. There's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply.
Well, one of us should probably give you an...
and the other can go and get the...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this over with. You going after the... Which one of these two?
Gav,
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the...
Southern Reach. I'll go and scout the place out.
all right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supply.
You two, eh?
Don't fleece me.
You're...
He cracked the crystal. Two? You joking?
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you.
Better late. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab... Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, but if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants,
Then let's get back.
we shall.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for... Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have it? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were
There was...
honest. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel... Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some... You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his...
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have... Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Blackthorn. Got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats.
I'll make a start on putting this. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better...
Give us a shout.
He cracked the crystal too. You're joking.
come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was...
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly... What's the name back there?
What's her name?
Oh, Sid, is this... Oh. Here you see the mithril engine, in which excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this, in other words, this is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plate...
You could admit... Well,
it's...
I see. Would that help?
Oh, very... I'll gather my...
Think mid might need some help.
Good day to you.
Oh, there you are. The, ruins are...
Of course. I'll be right back. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted... Any... This must be our unwanted... The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
Ange.
Right.
How's that?
The plating's enough to... Which is... I thought...
Well, I know.
Can you...
Right away. Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for me. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril? What are these?
She has some specific requirements for the material, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship, as you can imagine. I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for...
Perhaps. It is not a different material she requires.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly, and yet we have made a home here from those very materials.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed them.
So if we could recreate...
It might be applied if you...
Thank you.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me.
Can we count on your...
Always. Well...
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would... So, who will accompany?
All right, so...
I have taken the...
Garlic. Are you sure? It looks like the
Though these items may seem mundane, so much so, in fact, that they now, of course...
Well, I was hoping to be
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research. Now, where's Talia?
There's talk.
Do you see anything you like? Come back again?
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on
I won't
these.
have you.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What should I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Slavers don't even bother with Northreach now, though.
Oi, don't touch anything. And go on, take it.
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
You haven't much, but you're free to look. Good day.
That should do it. Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat. Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together. In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here.
I'll ask her. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once. Shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, has it really been 5? I remember... Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way. Thank you.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us. Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet...
All right.
I heard you the first time.
How's work on the ship?
Well, I was just... and now...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding? Its
work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently.
Thank you.
Right then.
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good.
It appears our work... A shame. I was enjoying. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of apply, followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give me... The good news, then.